Hi there, this is Tracey Brown with Lindy Stamp Gang. We're going to start with embossing powder. Just going to give you super basic stuff. We have 4 types of embossing powder. We have our newest types, which is chunky, and detail, which kind of are self-explanatory, but we'll get into that. And then we have 2 other kinds, and we've separated them online so that you can see the difference. We have opaque. Not a huge amount of them, but we have some that are opaque, which all actually have kind of a white base underneath them, and no underlying color will show through them. And then we have transparent, which are the majority of our embossing powders that Lindy created years and years and years ago. And she loved that look that you could see the color through the embossing powder, because then it gave it even more shimmer. She liked to call it two-toned because you could see the base color of the embossing powder and then the shimmer on top. Really quickly, the total basic of doing embossing powder, you will start with some type of a pigment ink pad. Now, I like to use this Versamark water stamp. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, yeah, there you can. And watermark stamp, only because it leaves no color whatsoever. So if I take a cutie little rubber stamp and tap it on there, you can't really see where you've been, but I kind of like that. And then you're just going to take your embossing powder, and we have this little extra thingamajiggy in there, and you're going to sprinkle it on here. You're either going to use a super high-tech, this particular one is a tidy tray that has a tray and it has a little place here where the powder, once it goes through here, I'll show you. You sprinkle on, goes down. When I'm done, can you still see it? Yep. So it goes right back in. You don't lose an ounce. But if you can't find one of those, a good old-fashioned piece of paper works awesome as well. So I can stamp, do here again. And people will tell you all kinds of techniques with stamping as far as how solidly to push down onto your surface. Some people like to have a little softer surface. You play around with it and see which way you like it better. So there's the paper. And then all you do, you need a heat gun when you emboss. I particularly like this Wagner brand. Don't know why, it's just been with us forever and ever. And then you just heat, and you will see that as you heat, it will start to melt. So this particular color, Guten Tag Teal, is not a detail, which you can see because the stamp itself is quite a bit more detailed. This is a little bit softer around the edges. Our Guten Tag Teal is an opaque color. So if I put him on this black tag, let me wipe him off and do my same little spiel. And now he's sticking. Then there you go. So you've got him right on top. You can see, you cannot see an ounce of that black through there. So those are the opaque colors. So my next example, I have used Hibiscus Rose Orange, which is one of our transparent colors, which I said most of them are. And you can see I already did it for you, so you don't have to watch all the stamping, heating, blah, blah, blah. But you can see on white, it's really soft, and you can't see all the way through, but you can see some more of the shimmer and then the underlying color that's in there. And then when I put it on black cardstock, you can see that obviously it's there, and the shimmer shines through, but the black also comes through. So that's the difference between opaque and transparent. So next is our detail, and in this case I used Gimme 5 Gold, which doesn't look super pretty in there, but when it gets melted, It is a beautiful, beautiful gold, and you can see that the detail is better than it is with the others. It's just a finer powder, and I'm kind of a heavy-handed stamper, so I am not super great at getting perfect detail, so please take that into consideration. And then here is that detail gold on black. Another of the things that you will find with Lindy's embossing powder is in their being two-toned. One of the things that my mother Lindy loved is that they would kind of halo a little bit. Some people hate it. She loved it. She just kind of was not a super tidy crafter. She liked to have a little extra oomph things places. Anyway, so I'm going to use Twilight Blue Slate, and I'm going to show you this haloing and how to not get it. So as you can see on here, do you see that blue kind of shimmery thing on the paper? If you wait for it to cool, you can rub it with a microfiber cloth.